repair or replace. All of us are a witness to the fact that these days the trend is more towards replacing than repairing. There are reasons why we replace, and let us talk about them. The first one is immaturity. The second one is impatience. The third one is lack of adjustment. The fourth one is increased purchasing or buying power, so on and so forth. There are many more reasons we can give why we replace than repair. There are two basic reasons which are underlying reasons for replacing than for repairing, and they are time and effort. I'll give you some examples to figure out how and why do we replace. The first one is, say we have a domestic help in the house, and the moment we have some trouble or tiff with that person, we replace the person. It could be your maid or a driver. But when the other person comes in, that person comes with another set of troubles. Say for example, the earlier one was irregular and that's where you had trouble. The next one you hire would not give you the quality of work that you want. So finally, you have to keep on handling. Here, you lack maturity to understand that replacing the first one with the second one did not serve the purpose. You still had to keep on handling. Again, the second example would be that of a mobile, a newly launched mobile in the market, and you see a row of people outside the shop waiting to buy that newly launched mobile. All these people have an existing mobile which does not require any repair, nor does that mobile give them any trouble, but it's their purchasing power or the buying power which is high, and so they are buying a new model the moment it is launched. Here, there is no problem. If you have money, if you have a good purchasing and buying power, if you have resources available to yourself, you should use it for yourself. But over a period of time, this becomes an habit, and life does not guarantee you anything. So in these ups and downs of life, if someday you might fall short of these resources, then this habit will lead you to either borrowing from somebody or getting into the loans. But you will make sure that you go and buy the newly launched mobile or a newly launched car in the market just because you have formed the habit of replacing things because the resources were available. I would tag it as waste of money, because no matter how much resources or whatever buying power you have, always keep in mind that a habit which leads to trouble is always not worthy of keeping. The third example could be that of a colleague in the office. You might not be comfortable because of your ego or misunderstanding, and as we all know that there are groups in the office. The moment you have a misunderstanding or a tiff due to ego, you switch the group. Same could be the scene when you keep on changing the jobs. You may not be comfortable with your immediate senior or the boss, and hence you change the job. Here, the loss could be that you were on the verge of a promotion and you missed out on that, or maybe sometimes the other job that you take, you have settled down with a lesser salary or compromised on the pay package. So here, the lack of adjustment is something which has led to this sort of a loss. So finally, it does not do any benefit to you. Coming to the last example, which is a very petty example to sound for. We do not refill our pens. We use the use and throw pens. Here, it's not the question of a pen. The question is the harmful effects on the environment. It is not the cost of pen which matters, but you do not have the patience to refill, go buy a refill and refill your pen. And hence you use the throwaway pens. here the impact on the environment day by day, as we all know, is harmful. And hence, we have to understand that this lack of adjustment, impatience, buying power, all this does not actually do good. Through examples, we've come to know that these replacements are finally not leading to what we exactly want. The purpose is not getting served. We all know that every rule has an exception. So is the matter here. There are areas where repairing is not possible. I'll give you an example. Say a leg or a hand is infected by gangrene. No matter how much you want to, the treatment might not work, and you will have to go for imputing that organ of yours. Here, you have to replace that organ, and hence the repairing work will not help. Similar is the case in a marriage where, say, a lot of effort to let the marriage work has been put, a constant and a continuous effort has been put, but still the matters are going from bad to worst. In such a case, the best way is to part ways. Not every repairing work requires to be replaced, and not every replacement is necessary. But as far as relationships are concerned, it is very important to understand that before replacing, think twice, because every relationship is unique. It has a lot of emotional values attached. It has a lot of other things attached, and so it is very important to put in all your efforts, put in all your wisdom, put in all your understanding before you go for replacement in relationships. You have to figure out where to repair and where to replace. There is one more factor, and that is beyond repair and replace, and that is a very good, convenient midway factor, which is the availability of option. Now, there is nothing wrong in availability of option that you have whenever there is something which is inconvenient that comes up. But always remember, options are temporary solutions. They cannot be permanent solutions. When it comes to relationships, ensure that you are thinking twice before replacing. There is one more thing with which I would like to conclude, and that is this new generation that is coming up will never realize the importance of repairing unless we start doing that. So, in raising this new generation, we have a lot to contribute. Make sure that to ascertain where to repair and where to replace. Thank you very much for watching this video.